Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you the 3 fragrances in my collection that I have the hardest time with. And what I mean by that is they're either the ones I reach for the least, maybe there's something about them that bothers me, or the scent is bothering me, or I find them hard to wear, or there's something else that I struggle with. And if I had to declutter 3 fragrances right now from my collection, these would be the 3 that would go, because at the moment they're kind of at the bottom, and I think a couple of them will surprise you guys. So I hope that you're interested in hearing my thoughts on these perfumes. I also want to know your thoughts on them, if you've had a similar issue with any of them. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alithia, and on this channel we do talk mostly about perfume. So if that is your thing, make sure to head on down and hit the subscribe button, and also feel free to head on over and follow me on Instagram. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first fragrance that I struggle with for some reason is Tiffany Co Intense. Now this perfume, you guys, is beautiful, super classy, very, very pretty. It is a powdery, kind of an ambery vanilla scent. It has a note of carrot in it, which makes it a little bit unique. It has kind of a little bit of a fresh, spicy, fruity opening, like just a tiny touch, and then it's kind of dominated by that powdery iris. There's also a little bit of musk in here, cashmere and benzoin. It's just a very classy, beautiful, glamorous, sophisticated women's fragrance. Also has pretty good performance. I don't know what my issue is with this perfume, but it is one of my least grabbed for in my entire collection. And as I told you guys before in other videos, I find it to be a very glamorous fragrance. I feel like it's a very special occasion kind of perfume. Like for me, I don't tend to reach for this on a daily basis. This is one that I'm going to have to make myself wear, like just make it my scent of the day a few days in a row before I make my decision about this one, because sometimes I think I should just let it go. Now this one I had before, I dropped it, I broke the bottle, the atomizer, about a year and a half ago. I finally brought it back into my collection because it has always been a favorite of mine. Like I've always loved the way that it smelled, but for some reason I do not reach for it. And it's a real shame because it's one of the most beautiful bottles, if not the prettiest bottle in my entire collection. It looks like a diamond, and it's just such a classy, pretty, girly perfume. Very, very feminine, just a beautiful, and I mean, who doesn't want to have a Tiffany perfume? Especially, you know, as part of their collection or even as a signature scent. Who doesn't want to smell like a Tiffany Co perfume? It's just like, to me, the utmost in glamour that you can get. I could envision myself wearing on the night I was proposed to. Like, it's that kind of perfume for me. Maybe it's because of the whole jewelry thing, I don't know. But for whatever reason, I don't reach for this one, you guys. So I am going to make it a point to make this my scent of the day every single day for like 3 or 4 days. And then I will come back to you and let you know how I feel. Because as it sits right now, for some reason, I do not grab for it. And when I spray it on my arm and I catch it on myself, it smells pretty, but like I'm not head over heels in love with how I feel when I wear this one. Maybe I'm not wearing it for the right occasions. Like maybe I should wear it for a date night with my partner or something, and then it might give it that sort of glamorous touch that I'm looking for. But in any case, this is one of the ones I struggle with the most in my entire collection. And look how beautiful it is. It's so pretty. It would be an utter disgrace, like an utter shame of me to not keep this. I want to keep it so bad. It is beautiful. So that is Tiffany Co Intense, and that is the first one on my list today. The next one that I'm having issues with is also in a very stunning bottle, and this is Commodity Gold. This one is very, very new to my collection. I think I got it 2 weeks ago, and I ordered this directly from the Commodity website after receiving a sample from Scentbird to try out, and I just loved it. I just fell in love with it and instantly needed a bottle. Like, it was just amazing. I wore it, I loved it. It wasn't like I had just smelled it on paper or something. I actually wore that sample and loved it. So the issue with Commodity Gold is that they have recently had sort of a repackaging and not really reformulating, but they now have 3 different strengths, I guess, of Commodity Gold. Whereas before there was only one Commodity Gold. Now there's 3. There's the lighter version, the expressionist version, and the bold version. So if you go to the Commodity Gold website and you order this fragrance, you will have the option to choose the lighter version, the medium, and the stronger. This is the medium. I didn't realize that when I ordered it. I thought that it was just one. I thought that there was one Commodity Gold and it was all the same. I didn't realize there was different strengths. The notes that you have in here are camphor, juniper berries, and bergamot. You also have amber, benzoin, and Haitian vetiver. And in the base, you have vanilla, tonka, sandalwood, and musk. with the most prominent notes in here being that amber and that vanilla. So this is an ambery vanilla perfume with those juniper berries. There's also this little bit of a woody, not woody, but like sort of a green foresty component. I always describe it that way, and I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Like that kind of like evergreen pine forest touch. There is that, and it just smells amazing. However, it's slightly different than the one I had from Scentbird. I don't know what the difference is. There is something in here, it's slightly different than the one that I got from Scentbird. And I think the reason, and I don't know for sure, but I think the one that they had at Scentbird was the original formulation, just when there was only one. And this one is obviously one of their newer batch, their newer releases. And what I notice is that this one is a little bit less vanilla. It's just slightly different. It's still very good. It still essentially pretty much smells the same, but I'm going to have to reach out to the company and also talk to Scentbird and ask them, why are they not the same? And do they still have just the original formulation? Which one is it? That's the one that I fell in love with. So I don't dislike this. It still smells pretty much the same as the original, and it's just that after I started wearing this, I could tell that there was a little bit of a difference, and I'm not sure what that is. So yeah, this is the Expressionist one, which if you look on the side, and also the label's a little chipped, but this is the expressive one. So it says, for me and the many around me. This is supposed to be their sort of moderate projection, moderate sillage. So this should have been great. And like I said, when I ordered it, I didn't even know that there was 3 different ones. I didn't realize I was ordering like the medium one. I just saw Commodity Gold. So yeah, if you guys have any experience with Commodity Gold, please let me know down below. Do you have the old beautiful white bottle that it used to come in, which is what I really wanted, by the way? Have you ordered the new one and noticed a change in formulation at all? And yeah, if you're in the know, I would appreciate knowing, because I'm a little bit annoyed. Like, I paid good money for this. It still is a beautiful perfume, but there is just a slight difference. There is just something, it's not quite as magical as that original one that I had smelled. So yeah, that's my issue with Commodity Gold. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this one. Yeah, so this one I haven't been really enjoying that much because it's just like not quite what I remember. I don't know. Sad story. If you can get the original one, if you can get the one in the white bottle, I highly suggest it. And the last fragrance that I struggle the most with in my entire collection is actually Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I don't really need to tell you guys what it smells like. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about the scent itself because I think people either have smelled it or they have heard other people talk about it. So the notes that you have in here are saffron and jasmine. There's also amberwood and ambergris, fir resin, and cedar. And for me, what I get is kind of a burnt sugar, like a burnt sugar resinous thing, and it's very nice. And when I smell this on other people, I think they smell so good. Like I said, when I was on vacation, I smelled this on so many people. This is a very popular perfume, obviously, but when I was on vacation, I could swear like at least once a day I would be behind somebody in a lineup or somebody would walk past me and this is what they were wearing, and I could smell it because it's a very distinct, recognizable scent. And they smelled expensive and bougie and luxe, and I actually didn't have this with me on vacation, and so I remember telling my partner, I was like, oh, I wish I would have brought that perfume. Everybody who wears it smells so good. But honestly, you guys, the issue that I have with this one is that when I actually wear it at home, or like when I wear it here, I don't smell it on myself very much at all. And I find that really annoying because I paid good money for this. I bought this directly from the MFK website. It's one of the most expensive perfumes in my collection. I don't like that I can't smell it on myself. So I don't know what the issue is with that. If you guys have any experience with it, please tell me, like, are you on Team Baccarat, or are you just not, do you not see the hype? I also have, or I don't have, but my daughter has Cloud. I was comparing them side by side the other night. Cloud and this have a very similar vibe. They're not spot-on dupes, but they are a very similar vibe. However, Cloud I can smell on myself, whereas this one kind of disappears. And that's a little frustrating too, because for a perfume that costs what this one costs, I want to be able to pick it up. When I walk outside, I want to pick it up on myself and smell it on myself. I want to pick it up on my clothing. I will say that this perfume kind of does do a disappearing act. It shows up like a day later on the most random things. Anything that was touched by this will smell like this for days. My jacket, my water bottle, and I'll pick it up at the most weird times. I'll just be like taking a drink and I'll smell back rat like 2 or 3 days later. But why don't I smell it when I'm actually wearing it? Very frustrating, because I don't wear perfume for other people. I mean, sometimes I do for my boyfriend, different story, but I don't generally wear a perfume so that everyone else can smell me, although I want everyone else to smell me too, but I wear it because I want to smell it. I want to pick it up on myself. It's just a little bit annoying to me. So there's not a huge dent missing here. You can see there's a little bit of a dent. I have been making myself wear this, by the way. I've worn this, I think, 3 or 4 times over the last couple of weeks just to wear it and to see the experience that I have with it. And I'm not ready to let this one go, but I won't lie to you. Sometimes it crosses my mind that this isn't an easy reach for me, and if I'm not smelling it on myself the way I want to, what kind of is the point? And so I've had this perfume for a long time. I've had this now for maybe a year, or maybe not quite a year, and there's hardly a dent. I don't reach for it. When I wear it, it's not like super duper enjoyable. I love the way it smells, and yet I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I can't say it's a favorite, and it's one of my least worn, and I don't know what to make of that. I will be actually testing the new Cloud 2.0, and I'm kind of debating, like, is it worth it to have this perfume when something like Cloud gives a very similar vibe for a much, much cheaper dollar point? So yeah, let me know, you guys, I can't talk today, your thoughts on that. And that is the last fragrance in today's video. So that was it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on these fragrances, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye for now.